Okay, just do the vertical. Okay, front and back. Side to side. Okay. Rotating from the hip. And then it's opening, closing movement. Okay, go to the feet, so just pointing up onto the toes, and then releasing back and onto the heel. Roll. Press up, press back to the heel. Okay, on both feet, just lifting the big toe. Both big toes. Trying to keep the rest of the toes on the ground. And then pressing the big toe, just releasing the other toe. Good. Okay, lifting the leg. Just maybe circle. Both directions. Point the toes out. And point the ball of the foot. And press through the heel. And let it go. And raise the other foot. Both ways. Point the toes, the ball, and the heel. Okay, the knees just come down a little bit, stretching back. And then a bit more. Stretching back again. And just go to circles with the knee.
No gryzą, dlatego się chowam.
Ja jak biegnę, to gorzej, to ciepło. Good. Go to the hips, nice big circles. The other direction. Okay, shoulders, forward roll. And backwards. Good. Okay, the head just sideways. Direction. Good. Down and up with the chin. Stretching up. Again. To the side. Ear to shoulder. Side. And just circling the head nice and slow. And the other way. Okay, arms, pressing the arms out. Right. Rolling the shoulders. Opening the chest out. Going to the forearms and the hands. Okay, fingers together, just rolling, keeping the palms in contact, rolling the hands and the wrists. Quite tight. Good, and then separating the hands, the palms, just rolling through the whole joint. Roll and then press it. Good. Okay, stretch them out, forwards, release, up, release, and then link to the back, and stretch to the back. Okay, shake the hands out. And circles at the bottom. Shake the whole body. And leg. Okay, good. Take Bokken. Okay, we just go straight into the first Suburi, so nice and slow, nice and clear. Movements just cutting down. And in the back, nice big extension. Oh, uh-huh. Hey, Silka. Good. Okay. Hey, us. Nice. Okay, good. There's one exercise you can do in this for this exercise or for the first group. You basically do the same as you're doing. Find the cut here, and then what you do is release through the arms this way, and just reach into the ground with the body. Now, if I'm in a kind of uncomfortable position or basically kind of pushed out with the arms, as I release, the body will want to kind of re-find its balance back, or I'll kind of be stuck out, and the body will feel very uncomfortable this way. So just have the feeling when you make the cut, again, the sense of just dropping into the ground with the cut, then just release the cut through the arms. Find that the body can basically stay in the same position, basically release down into the ground. Yeah, so just try this as a kind of exercise. Find the back, cut through, and then just release the arm. And the body should just feel totally comfortable in this position. And then come back. So just find the back, find the cut, and then release it. This way. And I should feel the body doesn't really need to adjust or make any more adjustments without tension. So just try it. Make the cut and then just release through the arms. So the body can just drain down into the ground. Okay, good. And the main point, just watch in this case, the shoulders. So what will happen a lot is if I'm in the arms, as I make the cut here in the shoulders. Now as I release it, the shoulders automatically try and roll back because as I come to this position, basically I can't do this position without, well, maybe I can. So with the shoulders roll forward, it's very unnatural to kind of leave, to bring the arms down and roll, keep the shoulders rolled forward. So what will happen automatically is the shoulders want to roll back and down as you move into this position. So just really watch in this position, the position of the shoulders. Nothing really happens in the shoulders because they're already kind of back and down, hopefully. And if I throw them out in any way, As I return the soul, shoulders want to come back and sit back into the body. So just watch, in this case, the position of the shoulders. Okay, give it a try. Oui. There we go. Good. That's it. Great. Okay. Very nice. Great. Okay, good. So we go to the second Suburi. In this case, just rolling back, stretching up, and cutting down. Again, just watch the position of the shoulders. Oh, this is really forward actually with the shoulder. So here, coming down, and then you can also play with just releasing it. Oh, my shoulders are really forward in this case. Don't do this. This way, you get a sense of the shoulders reaching back into the body this way, whilst extending out with the arm, and just release it. Okay, give it a try. So just work with the second Suburi. Let's look at this same area, so especially in the shoulders, reaching down. Now as you're bringing the body forward into the ground, tendency to throw the weight too far forward as I come. So really watch the weight of the body as you press it forward. Okay, try it with the second. Okay, good. So we'll just go into like a 2-direction cut with this. So the first one's rolling back, stepping in. Now from here, just rotate to the left side and find the kamai here. Jodan kamai, and then cutting through with a step. Each time rotate underneath the sword, find the cut. Rotate, find the cut. Good. Okay, try. Let's try. So you're going to rotate to your left side. Find the cut this way. Okay, good. Ha.
Michael?
Yeah.
With the footwork, when you're bringing your right foot back, do you wedge off the line or are you still in a straight line?
In this, always on the all on the line. In this one. So in this exercise, this way, straight down the line, and then here also straight down the line.
Okay.
Everything in this case is kind of straight down the line. So also the reason for that is that it really makes the hips work. So if I hold the line with it, I've really got to mobilize the hips to do it. So that's the kind of reason in this case. This way.
Okay, thank you.
All down the line. Wait. Right.
Michael, are we finding the back with the turn?
Just before the cut. So yeah, actually, it's a good point. Some people are doing this. Okay, when you basically this finding the back is only as I initiate the cut. So I find this position here. So as you rotate, you're actually going to find the Jodan kamai here. And now when you initiate the cut, find the back, and then cut down. This is a good. It's actually good. It's a good point actually. Also, when you just watch the position of the arms, basically if I'm in this position and too far forward, as I find the back, what I've got to do is a big adjustment with the arm to find the back this way. Okay, also if I'm in any other position where I basically want the position where I'm in this position, yeah, and then I can basically just release the sword and find the back this way. So I'm not making an adjustment to find the back. So you can find the back if you're in this position, if you're really in the right kind of position with the Jodan kamai. I basically just release back into the back this way. Especially this hand doesn't really make a big adjustment. So this just releases the grip and finds the back this way. But if this hand is forward or too high, I basically got to make a big adjustment back to get to the back. So in this case, it's also a good way to teach the right position here of the head, and I just release it and find the cut. And in this case, rotating it, look for the same position, release. So you basically want to be with the right hand just above the head, just here. Then as you release the sword, you can just release the grip to find the back, and then cut down into it. Yeah. Okay, give it a try. So just watch the position of the Jodan kamai.
Michael, I've got a question.
Yeah.
When you put your right foot forward for the cut, do you put your heel down first or the balls of your feet down first? Your foot, sorry.
Good question. What do you think?
I do it with my with the balls of my feet.
This is actually it's a debate in a way. in this think when you walk, you just do this, or if you run, you do this. So the heel always is placed first. So the heel is the part that receives weight through the foot. But if I do with the ball, I'm basically doing it against the joint. It's possible to do into the ball, but I'm basically throwing my weight forward into the foot. And what I want to do is place my weight into the heel and then press the weight through it this way into the rest of the foot. That makes sense. So if you think how you move normally, during kind of walking or running, this is the kind of how I use the foot, unless I'm moving backward. So you basically plant the weight into the heel. This is the kind of weight, and then the rest of the foot receives the weight as I press through it. But you will see some people teach this heel, toe, knee, heel. Some people teach it this way. I know one teacher really famous for it. Toe, knee, heel. Toe, knee, heel. And it's like you'll see if you watch videos of old videos, just from the late 90s of Saito Sensei, he also does with the toe sometimes. You'll see him kind of reaching out with the toe this way. And this is for some reason I won't go into. But in this case, you want to just use the foot. It's kind of naturally designed, which is the heel receives the weight, and the rest of the foot is the kind of supporter for it. And then I release out through that way. So basically, then the knee points to the heel, or my weight's always going into the heel part of the side. And when I'm stepping forward, it's going into the heel. And in this case, not into the ball, and then the foot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, try both. And you'll find teachers do different things. Okay, good. Okay, good. And we'll do another movement from this. So again, the first one starts with the second. Yeah. Yeah, and then rather than rotating to your left side, you're going to rotate from the back side and then raise up this way. If you step in from the back foot, raise the sword up this way and cut down. It's like an Erimi Tenkan. In, and to raise, and then a cut. This. Yeah, give it a try. So with a big rotating step. There we go. Ah, ha. Oh, good.
Still sticking with showman.
Yeah, still keep this as a showman, yeah. And see if you can do this basically on the line. Roll in. Okay.
Marco, can you show the rotation again?
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
I see a lot of variations in my own patterns, but not the one you did.
You're in this position. Yeah. Now from here, I basically, I'll try from the start.
Yeah.
I'm going to release from the front foot and then roll it up this way. And then cut down.
And then you come in back again.
Yeah, so you're going to go.
So you step in.
So that the raise kind of happens during this rotation.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm raising as I plant the weight here into the ground, and then the feeling is as I press into the rotation, that raises the arm. Got this kind of feeling. You're going to kind of compression in the footwork, press in and really raise the arms this way. Strike.
And then step in again.
Got that kind of feeling. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay, and there's actually a good point on the footwork. Ooh. Oh, good. Okay. Ooh. Hello. My computer's really not working. Oh man.
I know the feeling.
Stay. Okay, good. So it's again, in terms of the footwork, where I place the weight in the body, if you're doing just a step, then it goes into the heel and then presses out. But if you're making a rotation, it's in the ball of the foot, because the ball of the foot's really designed for mobility. So in this case, if I step in a way where I plant the heel, and then I find the rotation, this is breaking the movement down. I've planted the leg, and then I've got to kind of take it out, and then find the rotation. So actually, in this case, what you're doing is using the ball of the foot, and then planting the foot. Okay, so when you make rotating, basically movements for mobility, this way I'm going to use the ball of the foot to use it. If I plant into the heel, and then I rotate, I'm basically going against the joint. So I know kind of teachers that will teach you this way to kind of plant, rotate, and then step back. This is breaking the movement down too much. So what you do is just roll in the body this way. And my weight's actually still planted in the back foot. This, and then I rotate into it. Okay, so just play with this. In this case, you're actually working the ball and then into the heel. And then as you step, you find the heel. So just play with this. You've got two kinds of patterns of movement. One's a flexible rotation, and one's just a pressing a weight forward this way. Okay, just play with it. So when you're making rotation movements in this way, so use the ball for mobility. The ball of the foot for mobility. Okay, good. Okay, good. So just put the sword aside. We'll just use, I'm going to use these patterns for some Kokyu work. So we're going to use just actually to start like the first Suburi. So this is like, you're going to use the hands in this kind of position. So just press the weight back into the foot, raise the arms, and then coil into it. Release it. So you're going to raise through the body and then sink into the body this way. Okay, so just shifting the weight in from the front foot all the way into the back and then pressing this way. Okay, real basic movement. So rolling back and then pressing the weight in this way. Really looking for a coil through the body. This way, this way, this way. Really feel that you can reach into the back, into the shoulders, and then coil this forward into the ground. All the weight's in the back foot, and then just press it in this way. Find the back, and then coil it into the ground. Let's see. Okay, good. And again, just watch the position of the shoulders. So there's kind of two two things you want to really avoid in this case. The first one is curling the shoulders up. So I want to curl through the shoulders this way. So basically, I don't want to transfer this motion into the front of the body and then press out into it. It's the same with the cut. I don't want to kind of start this movement in the shoulders and curl the shoulders up. What I want the shoulders to do is roll, stay wide and roll back into the body. So in this case, use this first motion to really find this position with the shoulders. So you're really opening the body out back, and then see if, when you make the front movement, that you can basically maintain this position this way. Okay, and it's the hip that flexes. It's not the shoulders that push forward. So don't bend with the upper body, but see if you can basically hinge with the pelvis this way. So use this first movement. It's the same with the sword work. It's really designed. This movement's designed to really open the back, the shoulders up, and then press that movement forward. Press that position forward. So use this as a kind of opening move, and then press in the body this way. Press in this way. Really coiling out from the arms. Okay, give it a try.
One question, Mike.
Sure, go ahead.
When I'm opening the chest, this means that my shoulder blades go into my back, right? So
Yeah.
In my back, the shoulder blades go like this.
Yeah, they're gonna do like this. So the shoulder blades are gonna like roll back and down this way. So they're basically placed fully into the body. But basically, if I just release the arm, this kind of position. So I'm not kind of pushing them back or pulling them back. What I'm doing is just allowing them to sit back into the body this way. So this position here is where the shoulder blades just are rolled back and down, just in the kind of natural position this way. And then what I do is basically really maintain that kind of position without pulling the shoulders out, pulling the shoulder blades out of the system. So I want to just roll them back and down this way, and then come into this position here, and they stay basically back and down into the body. And this is where the shoulders are strongest. And basically, if I use the shoulder as the thing that does the force, or the shoulder basically applies force through the arm, this is basically weakening the shoulder, because the shoulder's not really designed for that. It's not really designed for shifting weight in a sense. It's just really this part of the body. This part of the body is really the weight part of it. So actually feel like this whole side of the body is actually pushing through this part, and not the shoulder taking it. Actually, you can feel it. Just if you put your hand here, if I go to the shoulder, I'll feel this part does nothing. This part's really inactive. So the shoulder's really active, and this part's really empty. But what I want to do is this part to be active and the shoulder to be released. So just see if you can get this. It's not in tension and holding that. There's also this case where I can hold this part of the body, and I can hold the arm with the tension, which basically means I'm using this kind of movement. But what I want to do is use this kind of activated in the back, and the rest of the arms released this way. So you can actually feel it. But if I go to the shoulder, this is empty, and then this is in tension. Yeah? Try it.
Thank you.
Good. Just play with it. Okay, good. So we've got this pattern like in the second Suburi. In this case, you're basically in this position, you just roll the body back and just make it into one move, and then you curl forward with the body, and then just come back into a neutral stance. So you coil back, and then you press in with the body this way. Again, just look for this kind of connection with the back of the body. Use this motion to really find the back, and then press this in. Okay, so really connect the handwork to the back of the body. this and then presses in. So it's really like doing a wave through the body. So a bit more flexible than we do the Suburi. You roll in and then roll forward. Then release it. Roll back, roll forward with it. Okay, give it a try. And just watch the shoulders as you do it. Aha. Okay.
Michael,
Yeah.
do you not put tension on it, but put it's more than just a relaxed state of this muscle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It really needs to be activated. So
yeah,
that you can
activate.
feel that it's on tension.
Yeah, and also the thing is, there's two things. It's like I want it to be kind of active in that sense, kind of pressing the weight through this way.
Yeah.
And the second is that the movement's kind of is activated. It's activated from that part. So
Yeah.
from the lower back and the shoulders. This part.
Yeah.
This. The fins like that presses the movement through. So also in this movement, this is like real the movement of the hands is kind of released here.
Mm-hmm.
This way, and then from it pressing out from it. So it's like that part of the body activates that movement this way, rather than the hands do it or the shoulders doing it. So it's like this connects, and then that part of the body pulls it back, and then that part of the body presses it forward. So this is like, I mean, it's just a kind of an extension of the core in a sense. It's that really, I mean, that's really the core of the body. It's like the back, the hips, and that kind of pressing in this way. Yeah, so it's kind of, tension's the wrong word, so it's kind of active.
Yeah, because if you put tension in it, you actually lock it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You can't move anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So if I use tension in it, I'm actually locking the shoulders up and that tension passes into the hands. This is where you get kind of movement, and everything's just locked together.
So no bodybuilding flexing of the muscles.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the classic kind of this kind of
that V shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I want something that's flexible, but also that I'm. It's like these kind of exercises. This part's not really in tension, but it's just kind of activated.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's like, it's motivating the movement from there and making it
something in between.
Yeah, this is where language fails. Language total failure. Okay, good. Good, and then using the same pattern of making a big rotation from the backside. So the first movement, just roll back, find this movement. Now you're gonna come from the backside, this way, roll back, and then open it out. And again, just make it a little bit more flexible than we did in the Suburi. So you're gonna really press in, roll back, and press it all forward. So kind of make it as one move. The roll back and the press. Roll back, press. And all the times the hips are kind of working in through the hands. So real slow, like open it back and then press it forward. Open it back, press forward. Open it back, press forward. Yeah, give it a try. It's just a Kokyu movement with a big rotation. Okay, so there's a few ways you can do this basically with the handwork. None of them are wrong, but in this case you can. What I want you to do in this case is really roll through the handwork this way, opening it out and pressing it in. It's basically making it one motion. So with the hands they do this kind of motion. So you can work with a kind of tiny henko position and then release this into it this way, and then release it. But in this case, see if you can basically link these together. So you roll the body in and then open it out. So the handwork's a bit like this, and this is really the tiny henko's okay, but in this case, this is really for kind of opening the shoulders out also. This way. You've got this kind of motion. It's very flexible through the joints, and you're going to find this in motion. This way, this way. This is basically one movement. This kind of motion. Okay, so curl in, roll through the handwork. Curl in and roll through the hand. This way. Yeah, give it a try. Okay, good. So just take a Bokken. We'll just look at some basic movement. So using these kind of ideas. So we'll look at this kind of Ikkyo exercise. So from the right side forward, right hand on the jaw, on the Bokken, you're going to slide out and take the hand this way. So like you do a kind of katatadori. So roll out, find the hand, and then from here release it, coiling up into the arc, pressing through into the ground, and then taking the step in. So, and then you can change side. So you roll to the side, coil up, find the position for the Ikkyo, press down, and then stepping through with the body. And then change. Okay, good. And again, just focusing on the shoulders, the arms. So just really watch you want to avoid these kind of movements where the arms being pulled out this way. So I'm in this kind of position. And then also with the Ikkyo, this kind of position. And basically, I'm basically making the movement with the upper body this way. And this is basically throwing me out of balance through the movement. And I've got no real weight in the body. It's all being done with the shoulders and the upper body this way. So try in this case really activate the lower body and just roll into it this way. So the lower body is really active all the way through these kind of movements. Just coiling in, and then from the back of the body. Back of the body. So it's the movement. The movements again. It's originating in the lower back and this position. This. So not this where the arms come over, but it's actually raising up underneath from the back here, and then this position here. Not the shoulders, but the hips dropping. The hips dropping down. The shoulders remain back and down, and then stepping in with the lower body. Yeah. So just really prioritize the down, the lower body over the upper body, the back of the body over the front of the body. This is always the kind of priority that we use.
Oh, it is Aikido Omote, right?
Yeah, this is all the this is Omote. So
Good to know.
oil in, and it's right to the front. Good. Nice. Good, and then we'll do the ura waza. So the same start, curling out, coiling this way, taking the grip, and then from here the back foot's going to really step in this way, and then you're going to press the weight into this foot, and then coil out to the back with the extension. It's a big rotation. The first move's the same, and then as you find the extension, shift the whole weight of the body in. This way, extension up through the shoulders, and then rolling down. Keeping this position through the move. Okay, so go to the ura as it goes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this doesn't really feel like sword work, but this really has a quality of cutting with the body. So in this case, you slide out to the side. Now this whole side of the body, this arm and this foot, really slide in this way. The feelings of this whole side of the body slicing in this way, and then cutting out to the rear this way. It's really got this quality of sword work. Slide in the whole side of the body. My weight's planted in this foot, and this whole side slides in this way. And then slides in here. Yeah, so it's got a really this kind of feel, sliding in and then rolling to the back. Yeah, so just this in the second movement, slide out, slide in this way, and then this way. So it's really got this quality of slicing in, cutting in with the body this way, and then rotating to the back. Yeah, just try. Yeah. 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 Good. Okay, good. And then the last minute, just play with movement. So look for the ikkyo, and you can usually do this a few ways. I'll show you. You've got the basic way of just sliding out and stepping in. You can do the ikkyo, the omote or the ura. So you've got the sideways movement, pressing in. You've got pulling back, drawing to the rear, and then finding the movement this way. You can do omote or ura this way. And you've got a movement where you can rotate with it. So just play with movements before, and then just find keep the extension. And just really paying attention to the lower body and the back side, the shoulder blade, and good strong extension. Okay, just play with it. So move in any direction. Play with finding the ikkyo. We're motivating the movement from the lower body and the back of the body. Great, very nice. Okay, we'll finish there. Okay. Good. Hey, どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。